The average home in the US uses about 28 to 30 kilowatt hours of power a day. Well, that's quite a bit. Now, bear in mind, if you're in California, it's almost half that, or about half that, versus in Louisiana and those really hot, muggy states, it's going to be quite a bit higher. In fact, 50% or greater. But that's really because of heating and air conditioning needs. A lot of people use air conditioning in those hot environments. You don't really need it in California. And out here where I live, well, you're going to use air conditioning from, April, May time frame all the way through to into maybe even October. It's just the way it is. So those areas that use more air conditioning, yeah, they're going to use more power. But the average is 28 to 30. Now, the average power outage in the US is actually about 12 hours. So that means that in a 12-hour outage, you're going to use somewhere between 14 and 15 kilowatt hours, or 14 to 15,000 watt hours to run your house like you normally do every day of the week. Now, obviously, if you can live without your air conditioning, that takes up about 20% of that. And if you're looking for a power station to get you through those outages, which, by the way, everything I read says those outages are going to happen more frequently, more often, and potentially even longer. And you may be looking for a big power station to get you through these kinds of outages. And there are a lot of them out there today that you could choose from. But there's one I'm going to introduce you to today, which is the Opus Guardian 6000. And this power station is expandable up to 41.4 kilowatt hours. So if you were to expand it all the way, you could probably get through a full 24 hours of an outage with this power station, and that's pretty good. And I'm going to go through its features now and kind of give you a rundown of what it will do, what I think is really good about it, and what, well, I think Opus could improve. But while I tell you what they can improve, I compared it to one of the big name brand power stations that is expandable to 48 kilowatt hours, and the Opus was $700 cheaper when they're both on sale. So I think it's really worth taking a look at. Now, as I mentioned, it is expandable to just over 41 kilowatt hours using their proprietary expansion batteries, and it has 2,100 watts of solar. Now, that's going to be my first pro and con on the Opus Guardian 6000, and that is that 2,100 watts of solar, well, isn't that much. You'll only get 8 to 10 kilowatts of charging power on a good sunny day. However, it does have fast charging capabilities, and you can use both solar and a generator or utility power to get it charged back up fairly quickly, and I do like that. With a 20 amp, 240 volt connection, it can actually charge up at 3,600 watts. So it's got plenty of utility or generator charging power to get it back up and charged a little bit faster, and you can combine your solar with that AC charging as well to really get it up there. But when you've got 40 kilowatt hours of solar to charge up, I'd like to see that maximum be more like 10 kilowatts, frankly, because you're only ever really going to get about 4 hours of peak solar. And if you're using the unit while you're trying to charge it up, I always say you need about 25% at a minimum of your total battery capacity, whether you're building an off-grid system or whether you're using a power station for your off-grid or camping or whatever needs that you use one for. Now, the other thing with this unit's solar input is that it is a 2,100 watt max, as I mentioned, but it will only draw a maximum of 15 amps. Now, 15 amps is a bit light for 2,100 watts of solar. Now, and the reason for that is that if you're going to use a unit like this for your house or your RV or something like that, you're going to want to be able to use residential panels. And I have a bunch of 400 watt solar panels that put out about 11.3 amps per panel. So if I were to put those in a series parallel configuration so that I stay under the maximum of 140 volts, I'd have to put 3 of them in series, giving me 11.27 amps and about 110 volts. And then I'd have to take the next 3, do the same thing, put them in parallel, but that's going to give me about 23 amps. Now, that's okay because it's called overpaneling and the unit's not going to draw more than it's designed to draw. However, since it's only going to draw between 15 and 16 amps off those panels, I did see it draw 15.5 or 15.4. That means that I'm going to waste quite a bit of power because it's just not going to draw that much. When I took 3 panels and I put them in series and set it up on, well, not the best day, I only got about 1,050 watts. So if I had 2,400 watts of power, I could draw that 2,100 watts, but I'm losing that 300. Now, let me tell you, Opus has told me in the past that they think that 20 to 30% over paneling is okay. So with an extra 300 watts, I'm actually less than that 20%. So I could put 2400 watts of residential panels and get my 2100 watts that way. It would, however, produce more power in lower light conditions, and it would hit the 2100 watts a lot faster than if I, say, only tried to configure 2100 watts with smaller panels that I could configure in such a way to only get me that 15 amps. But that's really hard to do. So my recommendation to Opus is to change that from 15 amps to like 30. If you can go 25 or 30 amps, it's going to be a lot easier to get that 2100 watts of solar. I'd like to see a lot more solar, frankly. Or on their expansion batteries, I'd like to see solar ports on those as well, so that I could start putting my residential panels on the batteries. Now, how big of a power station you need really depends on what you want to survive in terms of an outage. If you're only looking at surviving the 12-hour average, you only need about 14 to 15 kilowatt hours of power. You can easily do that with a unit like this that has over 4,600 watt hours on the unit itself. So by adding some of their expansion batteries, you just add a couple of those and you should manage to get through that 12-hour outage pretty well. And without any sun, because maybe your outage happens during a storm or at night, I think you'll be okay, especially if you turned off your air conditioning and you could live without that. Air conditioning or electric heat are going to draw a lot of power, so if you don't use those or you use them very sparingly, you're going to get by even better. But that's over a 12-hour period. That means that you're really only using about 1,500 watt hours approximately per hour. So a unit like this without expansion batteries is going to get you through about 3 hours of an outage. So if you're only looking for short-term outages, like for me here in the area that I live, if I'm only worried about an hour-long outage, maybe 2 occasionally, I'd be okay. I would just use the unit by itself. And the one thing about this unit that I found really impressive is that it has multiple 120 and 240 volt connectors that you can use to connect to RVs, to generator plugs, to all kinds of stuff. So if you've got a generator transfer switch on your house, you can plug it into that and get 240 volts out of it, and its inverter will provide 6,000 watts at 240 volts. And it does only provide 3,000 watts at 120. However, again, if you're using this for a home backup, it makes more sense to go with the 240, plug it into your house, use the critical circuits on it, that kind of thing. I think it would work very well for that. Now, it is a heavy unit, but any of these units are going to be heavy. You start getting into that 4,000 plus watt hour range, they're going to get heavy. This one weighs over 100 pounds, about 111 pounds. However, they do put a nice suitcase type handle on it that you can just kind of pull out, lift the unit up and drag it around. Now obviously location is going to make a big difference. You know what they say with real estate, location, location, location. Where I'm at, do I really need a 4,600 watt hour power station to run my house when I'm only going to see an outage once in a while and it's going to be an hour or two at most? Well, that unit would be perfectly fine. It would get me by for an hour or two, and I could even run my air conditioning or whatever else. I'd be perfectly fine. But if you live somewhere where you see bigger outages more often, then you're going to want those expansion batteries so that you've got enough power to see your way through those. And this will do that, I think, quite well. And I've been very happy with Opus in the past with the units that I've worked with. And the fact that it's $700 cheaper than the competitor I looked at with the bigger name, that didn't have as many 30 amp plugs either, I might add, or other plugs for that matter. I think that this is definitely a really good option to take a look at. Now the solar input on it, as I mentioned, has a maximum of 140 volts. Its minimum is actually 18 volts, but you want to get about 80% of that maximum. So if you can get up around 100 to 120 volts, that's going to be better. Now the competitor's warranty was 5 years. This one's 5 plus 1 years. Usually that plus 1 means you've got to register the unit. It does have a good app that I found very easy to use. I've used it with other units of theirs. It works fine. Now the app does allow you to set tasks. I haven't played with that yet, but it appears that you can set some tasks in there, like maybe run for certain periods of time, that kind of thing. I think that's pretty useful. And there are some power management things that you can do. You can tell it to use or reserve power if the grid goes out, that kind of stuff. It looks like it's got some nice features. So all in all, I will tell you that the Oupes Guardian 6000 seems like a pretty good unit to me. I think it would be a great unit for somebody who's experiencing outages throughout the year and you're just trying to keep your house running during those outages. It will absolutely do that. And if you add those solar panels to it, now you're talking an increase of the amount of runtime that you can get. So I think it's worth taking a look at. I'll drop a link down below so you can check it out. And I will be doing some more testing on this in the future. So keep an eye out on the channel. Trust me, I'm going to beat this unit up. That's all I've got for you today, folks. I'm going to drop another video right over here for you to check out. Thanks for watching. And thanks to all my members. I really appreciate your being here. Y'all have a great day. The old Jarhead out.